Well, hello, and welcome to, that's a great start to the video. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Whichever one it may be, welcome. I've done this completely the wrong way around. So, a lot of people, a lot of content creators on YouTube and stuff do Vlogmas, which I think is a lovely idea, and I love watching many of the different ones. But as I don't, I need to come up with a name for what I'm doing, which is like Vlogmas, only I don't celebrate Christmas. I celebrate Yule. So we need to come up with an alternative name. It's like Vule, wasn't that? Was that Zul? I don't know. So yes, day one. And today is a bed day. Today is very much a bed day. I've already got all my decorations up, which I will show you. I'm going to wait until it's dark until I show you, because then I can show you the lights outside. It's a good excuse to put the lights on. So we will go from there. But when it comes to Yule, I thought I may as well give you a little bit of a rundown of what we do and why, I guess. We're going to do it just why. I'll put a bit of makeup on as well. So, I'll be back. I just need to go and get something. Right, I had to go and get a drink, and I did go to see if I could find my beauty blender, but lo and behold, I did find my beauty blender, but it needs a wash. So I'm going to hunt out brushes. I want to put on just a little bit of makeup, just to try and make me feel a little bit more human. And it's something fun to do before I get my ass back in bed, I guess. I should have my microphone for this. I apologise that I do not have my microphone. It is downstairs and my legs are not letting me, they're not letting me go down. So that is a no. I need to find, ow! That's me dropping everything. Right, I need to find, I'm not very prepared. It's not even in there. I wonder if they're in here. I'm still in the process of nesting and sorting my house out and making it feel a little bit more me. All the things that I'm using in this video, by the way, are not sponsored in the slightest, but I just enjoy them. Not that I can find them. I do have found my metal straw. That's always helpful. So where in the world, I am looking for something in particular. So while I'm looking for something, what I will do is try and explain what Yule is. I do have brain fog. And so I'm a little bit slower than normal. My brain is slower. I'm having issues with words. My main issue is that I cannot find my concealer. Is it in this one? So yes, Yule. It's one of the oldest, as far as I know. It is one of the oldest winter festivals. It bases in its Northern Hemisphere, the Germanic culture. All of the buzzwords, because I'm looking for something whilst trying to remember things, which is not a good combination most of the time. What I will, oh, I need that. What I will do is, in a minute, in fact, I'm just, I have found it. But yes, the products that I am using are not sponsored, but I love them. They are by far my favourite beauty brand, and that's Vive. So thank you, Jamie Genevieve, for everything that you do, and your makeup is amazing. But yes, I think, if I remember rightly, I don't know why I did it like that, but still, see, I cannot talk and do stuff today. So what I'm going to do is, I think, is let me find my iPad, and I will be able to get a proper description up for you. But essentially, it coincides with the winter solstice. It is the shortest day of the year. It's celebrated with fire, people gathering around, we give gifts, we bring the outside in, we bring the inside out. It's like the hokey cokey. And I'm going to buff this in. I like using the concealer as a light foundation. It spreads really well, but this is not a makeup thing. Welcome to chronic illness brain. Welcome to brain fog. Welcome to the ability to go, oh, I need to, well, I didn't need to do this. I wanted to do it. Because the fact that there is lots out there about Vlogmas, and I originally planned to have a really nice in-depth video just going into what Yule is, but my brain is not working, and all my brain is going, it's one of the oldest winter traditions, you've been celebrating it for years, why can you not remember the important historical details? And that is because the important historical details weren't taught to me until I was older, I think. So it was just something that, it was an alternative to Christmas. A lot of people have different traumas around the actual Christmas holiday, and so being an adult, or when I was an adult with my own choices, I decided that my children and I, we would celebrate Yule. We would celebrate the winter solstice. And a lot of the traditions that, as I don't know if I've said it already, but a lot of the traditions that you use on Christmas, like stockings, and although my kids also put a shoe out, which I might go into, I don't even know when we started putting the shoe, well, they've always put shoes out, but I can't remember where I got the idea from. I know it is a tradition, I think it's a Germanic tradition about putting a shoe out. I will have to check that. because I don't know where the origins are, or if I just came up with it one day. But they put their shoes out. They put the shoes outside the door, and that's where they get their coal or sweets. Which was always seen as a little bit of fun. At least I hope they thought it was a little bit of fun. So we do that, we eat, we have the big meat, lots of meat actually, because back in the day meat was quite abundant, I think. You know what, let me get my iPad. Right, I have my iPad. So yeah, Yule Festival. I'm going to read you an excerpt from Britannica.com on what Yule is, because that way I'm not going to mess up even more than I've already messed up in this video. I guess this is kind of just like an introduction to Yule vlog, I don't know. But anyway, Yule is a festival absorbed, I can't even read, observed historically by Germanic peoples, and in modern times primarily by neo-pagans. It coincides with the winter solstice, which is the shortest day of the year, around the 21st, 22nd of December in the northern hemisphere, and it's June the 20th or the 21st in the southern hemisphere. It's a pre-Christian festival. Originated in Scandinavia, and was later subsumed along with other pagan celebrations into the Christian holiday of Christmas. Some modern celebrations of Yule attempt to recreate the ancient traditions, whilst others have adapted or reimagined it to suit contemporary personal and religious practices, which I guess that is what we have done. But yes, I was right, it is one of the oldest one of the winter solstice festivals, with origins in the ancient Norse. Thousands of years ago it goes back, thousands and thousands, so older than Christmas. Its roots are complicated and difficult to trace. Perhaps that is why my brain is going, oh, but you've read this here, and you've read this here, and you've read this here, and you've read this here. A lot of the traditions vary, but most are themed around themes of light, fire, and feasting. Like most winter solstice festivals, because it's the shortest day of the year, we celebrate the birth of the sun god. There's a big argument, and there's the green man. They argue, Holly King, Oak King. They have a big argument, and at Yule, the Oak King wins. And then the days start getting longer, following the next day. Historically, because of the harsh climate in Northern Europe, most cattle were slaughtered because they could not be fed during the winter. So meat was plentiful, and therefore the midwinter feast was just literally feasting. And some were left out as offerings. Some contend that the origin festival was a sort of Norse Day of the Dead, when the god Odin, as a major player among Odin's many names, was Jolnir, and among his duties was acting as a god of the dead, not a dog of the dead, a god of the dead. And at least one historian has posted that Yule was a New Year festival intended to set the tone for the months ahead, which makes sense because it is the darkest day, it is the longest day. So it would make sense then that the next days, the days are getting longer. let's have a look. Let's see. Find some more interesting bits. There's some really nice pictures. Oh, one of the earliest known references to Yule is from an English monk and historian, Bede, who wrote in the early 8th century about, I don't know how to spell that, well, pronounce that. It's spelt Giuli. So, Julie or Yuli, or I don't know. Which is a period in the old pagan calendar used by Germanic groups, so Germans, I'm sorry if I've just butchered your word, and the Norse and the Anglo-Saxons. Julio was 2-month span that marked the time when sunlight began to increase again at the winter solstice. It was not a festival per se, but a marking passage of time. Farmers would use it and everything else. But yes, if you are really interested about the history, it is really, really interesting. We have lots of fun. My main prep is surrounded, like most people I think at this time of year, it's about losing all your stuff. We get gifts, we eat lots of nice food, and so therefore most of our planning is around that. That's not even the right sponge. So yeah, when it comes to gifts, this year, I have sadly one last person. I don't have as many people to try and do gifts for this year. My youngest is sorted, and I'm not going to tell you what it is just in case he watches this video. I can tell you what we've got my grandson. For he is 2.5 and doesn't watch my content. And if any of his parents are watching this, I've given you enough time to get child out of the room. But we've bought him a doll's house. He likes playing with my doll's houses, so he has his own doll's house. Bought him a wooden one, managed to get him one in the early Black Friday sales. Also bought him furniture and a little family. So that's sorted. I need to find a gift for my eldest, for my grandson's mum. And that is it. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about the food situation because my youngest, my youngest and I'm his carer, he's my carer. We tag team. So combined, with our powers combined, we can get stuff done like cooking. He does the cooking, but I help out with like one-to-one when needed, making sure it's safe. But he's good. He's very, very good at cooking. Very, very good at cooking. And so therefore, I mean, if you watch my lives, or if you've been watching me on TikTok for a while, you may have seen some of my son's food items. If you're on Instagram, the meal, any meal photos that I post, I can't cook. It's not safe for me to cook on my own. Which brings me a little bit of sadness because I used to bake every day on the run up to Yule. there was always something, and I'd have a Yule cake. Obviously, we'd have the Yule log that we burn. Oh, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, we burn a Yule log. What was I saying? Yeah, I used to do a lot of baking. I used to do a hell of a lot of baking. And there was always treats and other nice things to eat. And it was a case of constantly feasting. And just picking at different foods, and that's really shiny. I'm going to turn that down. But no, I can't do that anymore. So when it comes to planning, I think you can say that I'm done. So all I need to do now is crochet. All bought gifts are done. I just need to do more crochet, which I think I'm going to sit in bed this afternoon and do, because it's just nice. And I also have, right, I started years ago on a blanket for my son, for my youngest, and I am yet to finish it. So I need to finish that. And I have other crochet projects that I was hoping to get done for Yule, but crochet, brain, illness doesn't mix too well. So I'm going to not stress. I am going to do what I can when I can. And is it a challenge? Yes, yes it is. It takes constant battling, because I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but I always find, and it's not pressure from society that makes me feel like this, although I guess it could be traced back to trauma. We'll skim over that. But I've always had it in my head, and it used to cause me a lot of mental health issues surrounding this time of year, because it had to be perfect. The day had to be perfect, the gifts had to be perfect, all the baking had to be perfect. And I used to put so much pressure on myself that it meant that I couldn't enjoy it, and nobody really could enjoy it properly, because it stressed everybody out. There's my glasses. So it stressed everybody out, including me. I stressed people out. I haven't even done that yet. Oh, blimey. So yes, I am not stressing. I refuse to stress. I have been doing this for enough years now where I realise, because obviously there was one year our cooker broke, and I had to cook the Yule dinner under the grill. Luckily it was a big grill function. The grill function still worked, but I was there essentially cooking everything under the grill, and keep on having to take it in turns. That's the wrong brush. And it took hours. And do you know what? The world didn't end. We can look back on it now and we can laugh at it. The amount, and yeah, I was a mess on that day. I was crying. We ended up not being able to eat until I think it was about 7, 8 o'clock. Where's my really fluffy brush? I don't know. I do not know. I'll use this one. This one seems fluffy. But no, the world didn't end. And out of all of the stresses and over the years, out of everything that has gone wrong, the world didn't end. And fun memories were had. And since then, there have been years where I've not had any money for any gifts at all. I think it was last year. Last year I didn't. But we made do. We still had a good time. I did manage to get people some little bits and pieces, but nowhere near as much as I used to. But again, incomes change. My health has changed, which means now I rely on online shopping more than any other place. But before, I used to be able to go around the shops and the charity shops, pick different little bits and pieces up, and I used to do that all year round. So then it was nowhere near the gift stress, because everybody was sorted, and everybody was pretty much sorted by the beginning of December. So it's another thing that I've had to adapt with. Or adapt to. And of course now that it's just me, I don't get to go out the house. And I don't get to go around explore. It also means I don't get to go around and experience, that's it, that's my face done. I don't get to go around and experience the excitement of this time of year. The lights, the smells, even the music, and the buzz of the atmosphere. It's just, I miss it. I do miss that, especially because you may know I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of lights. I love lights. Talking of which, I have some lights for my bedroom that are arriving today. And that in itself is really exciting. But I have rambled on for far too much. I hope I kind of explained things properly. And if not, then yes, go and Google. Google is your friend. There are lots of books out there. And no doubt I will ramble loads and miss loads of points out as we're going along on the pagan version of Vlogmas. Leave me a comment of any ideas that you can think of that play on the words vlog and Yule. And also probably the Yule vlogs are definitely going to be a case of grab a cuppa and sit down and listen to my waffling and my rambling for a little bit. There will be some other fun little bits and pieces in there. I'm not going to tell you what yet. And yes, they are planned. It's not just that I haven't thought about them. So I'm going to go for now. I'm going to get back into bed. And I am going to contemplate whether or not I'm going to get some crochet done. because there's also some sketching that I want to get done. I may do both. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go live on TikTok, and I'm gonna get some crochet done for a couple of hours while I'm all snuggled up in bed. That should be fun. So I'm gonna go and do that and get ready for that. I'm gonna upload this video first. So if you want to see more from me, and you are watching this video on YouTube, if you're watching this on Patreon, you're already subscribed and you're already supporting me that way. Thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. Being supported on YouTube is also very much appreciated. So thank you too. But if you want to see more of my face, click like and subscribe that button. And yeah, leave a comment down below if you can come up with a nice idea and a nice play on the words of Yule and vlogging, or rambling and talking about shit, depending on how you view this video. Anyway, cheers, and here is to the start of me posting every day for as many days in December as I possibly can. So until tomorrow, bye. Oh, be kind to yourselves.